Hey Cancer. Welcome to my space. Welcome to the channel. This is going to be a 2022 reading in regards to your spiritual journey. Okay? Whatever's going on in the underworld, whatever's going on in this invisible curtain, another dimension where our souls are experiencing its own journey, right? You may have dreams, you have astral projections, things like that. Those are messages. Those are letters from the universe in a way, letting you know, like, hey, or the universe communicating with you telepathically, just saying, hey, here's some things you need to fix. Here's some things that you need to work on. Here's where you're headed towards, right? So these readings will definitely touch on physical things that happen to you or happen for you, mundane occurrences like, you know, occurrences at your job and your relationships with your families, right? So these messages are going to touch on those things. However, in this video, we're talking about what you can do to grow as a soul. Therefore, you grow as an individual, as a person, right? So, happy spring for those of you who are celebrating the springtime right now, or even if you're not, you're just chilling. Happy spring, okay? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull tarot first for this reading instead of pulling the oracle messages first. I'm just gonna shuffle the cards until the right card falls, okay, and chooses itself for your overall message for the year 2022 on your spiritual journey. So the first card that comes out and the card at the bottom will be the primary energies that you're dealing with this year, okay? So let's go ahead and see Cancer. All signs of Cancer, universe, source, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides, gods, goddesses, earth spirits, earth guides, those who watch after us each and every day. Please come before us to speak to the sign of Cancer. This all signs of Cancer for their 2022 spiritual messages, their spiritual journey, and how it affects their mundane and physical lives. For the all signs of Cancer, for the sign of Cancer, universe, source. Choose the card. Choose the cards, universe, source, for the sign of Cancer. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Cancer. Let's see, for the sign of Cancer for their 2022 spiritual messages, universe, source. I don't know why, whenever I think about your energy, Cancer, I think all I see is like purples, like violet, dark purples, blues. Not that it's like a blue, like a sad way, right? I think it's just that deeper understanding, like almost like that Pisces energy, but it's like your water, right? That deep spiritual transformation. That's what I've been thinking about this year whenever I think of your sign. Deep transformation, deep feelings, deep emotional transformation for you, Cancer, right? Okay. This is the card that kind of wanted to fly out, and you got the Knight of Stones, which represents the Knight of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, and it's the horse. I look at this as Taurus energy, right? That's that earth energy, that Venus energy, right? Let's keep shuffling and see what other cards come out. But yeah, I feel like there is, with this earth energy coming out, some of you guys have Taurus or a form of earth in your chart, okay? Whether it be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I get a sense of needing to ground yourself in order for you to understand what a sense of freedom is for you, right? Some of you on your spiritual journeys in the past, you've kind of grasped life slowly. It wasn't as fast. as maybe others surrounding you. But I feel like you guys have definitely grown. You've grown into this knight here. You've definitely grown. It was not an easy task for you on a spiritual and emotional or even mental level. It wasn't easy for you guys. Okay, so there we have the, it's interesting that it came out in the reverse. I'm not going to read it in the reverse. Whatever actually ends up clarifying this will show me if this is supposed to be in the reverse. But this is a Two of Vessels, okay? This is a Two of Cups. It says attraction. So once again, this can mean a couple of things. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical. If it is, this is definitely your life when it comes to love in general. Like, you're just a very loving person. You want to give so much of yourself to the world. When it comes to your friends, there are those of you who might be hopeless romantics, okay? You just love anything romantic. You love that. But for others of you, there is a soulmate connection here, or a karmic relationship. It could be a twin flame relationship as well, that has definitely turned you in a way. Like, it's changed your heart either towards this person or away from this person, or towards relationships or away from them. Okay, it could, especially if it showed itself, that's interesting. You got the Seven of Swords here, or the Seven of Arrows, and it says insecurity. So what I get from this is that, okay, there are those of you, once again, you've grown, you've leveled up, right? When it comes to your heart chakra, when it comes to understanding what makes you happy, not just in relationships, but with anything, right? With anyone, anything. And with that insecurity coming out, I feel like there are those of you who feel like some of you guys are dealing with a Scorpio, some of you guys are dealing with a Taurus or a Libra, but I get the sense, Cancer, that a while ago, or maybe not that long ago, if you were to look at yourself back then, you really were clawing for attention. You did things that may not have been as honest, because you felt like if you were honest and you were truly yourself, that people wouldn't accept you. And it was almost like there's someone who didn't give you the attention that you felt you deserved. And as you grew up, it could be a parent, it could be a past relationship, an ex, where things did not go well. You did the best that you could, but it wasn't good enough for them. Okay, so it could be that there could be a toxic relationship that you're dealing with right now, and there's some insecurities. Maybe you just feel like you kind of have to be fake. You have the Eight of Bows here. But again, once again, I feel like you're growing. You're at this stage where you've grown quite a bit, but there's still some growth that needs to be done. But with the Eight of Bows or the Eight of Wands here, that's Sagittarius energy. So I see a lot of beauty and warmth and acceptance when it comes to your friends. There's a lot of, you may have a family that's very accepting or very warm, but I get the sense that maybe you've severed your relationship with your family or with your tribe or with someone or something, because maybe you felt like you were a little slow, or you just didn't grasp certain things that your family may have wanted you to grasp. But I still get the sense that when it comes to your family, Cancer, when it comes to certain friendships, maybe you separated yourself from it for your own reasons, but just know, like, these people still love you. They still care about you. Your soul, I feel like if this was a past life situation, this is karmic, and you need to learn some lessons, and it's taking you some time as a soul. It's taking you some time to understand, okay, why am I here? Why am I surrounded by these people? Why am I having a hard time in this life, or why did I have such a hard time? Because in your past, there's definitely a relationship or there's a family connection here. Your heart's on fire, Cancer. Like, you have a very beautiful heart. And there could be a relationship even right now where it's moving a little bit slow for you, Cancer. It's getting there, but that's what's going to make it all worth it when you and your partner get to where you want to get to, right? You guys are growing. Both of your hearts are burning for each other, which is very beautiful. And I keep getting horse energy, stag energy, okay, for you, because you have the horse here, but then you have the Two of Cups here. You have the girl with the horse on her head, and this other guy, he has like a stag, or, you know, like, it's interesting how there's that freedom, okay? I feel like you've kind of broken free from something finally, and it could be your family. It could be a relationship from the past. You just feel so free this year as a soul. There's something that you have unlocked for yourself, which I think is very beautiful. Others of you, you've gotten married. It doesn't have to be that you got married this year. You could have gotten married a while back, or maybe a year ago, okay? And you're finally feeling like you can ground yourself, or some of you guys just want to settle down, you know, for those of you who believe in settling down, right? But there's still a lot of growth that's needed here. Others of you, you jumped into this, you jumped into something very quickly, okay? And this year, again, it's still all about taking your time now because you jumped into it so quickly. But I feel like there's a lot of beautiful things that are going to come your way, a lot of spiritual messages. There is also probably going to be a lot of dreams that you're having. Pay attention to them, okay? Pay attention to them. A lot of dreams that you're having. To come out, but that would have been a lot of cards. So let's just keep shuffling through. We've got 2 more cards to pull for you, and then we're gonna clarify. Okay, universe source. 2 more cards for Cancer for their spiritual journey. Okay. You got the 9 of Bows. There's a couple. I feel like I need to pull a little bit more for you. Not too much, but then you have the Ace of Bows, which is wand energy. Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then you have the 9 of Wands. Okay, it just says respect, and it's Leo energy. So some of you guys are dealing with a Leo. Could be a Leo that you respect, or maybe it's a Taurus, a Libra. But I feel like this has something to do with your home, where there's a level of respect that needs to be worked on within your home or within your family life. There are others of you where you're learning to understand how to respect yourself and understanding how to respect maybe yourself within a romantic relationship. You're learning that. Okay, you're learning that it's not, you shouldn't allow yourself to get stomped on or walked all over or talked to in a kind of way. But I do see that there is like a brand new beginning in a relationship, either in your future with a new person or with the current person that you're with, especially if you left a really bad relationship that just kind of left you feeling burned, okay? So, but I also feel like, Cancer, when it comes to your ancestral energy, like your family, your parents, your siblings, especially your parents and your grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, like, but especially those who raised you or who were supposed to brought you into this world, you know, whether they did a good job at raising you or not, or did a good job at preparing you for the world or not. There is a sense of wanting to gain respect from your family, I feel, for some of you. Some of you guys want to have a new beginning with your family, but there is still, I feel like there's some type of begrudging energy possibly for you guys, okay? But there's a new beginning here. Yeah, okay. I had a feeling that was gonna come out for you guys. Yeah, something happened. There's a lot of cards here. Okay. I'm not going to clarify all these cards, but I'll show them to you. This all feels right, though. Ace of Swords. So there is some truth that needs to be spoken when it comes to this relationship, either with your family or with a significant other, or there is some truth that you finally have grasped in your life, because it has something to do, because you have the Judgment card here, right? The Great Bear. So this is definitely, there's something inside of you that's very angry still, Cancer, about something, about some type of abuse, okay? Or something that just went down in your family or with this relationship where you're still kind of holding on to it, and the universe wants you to review that and wants you to go over it and realize that this is still bothering you to some degree. But I also get the sense that if there's a relationship that you felt was dead or wasn't going to come back, whether it be with family, friends, or a significant other, I feel like that relationship is, there's still business to be had with this person. There's still some things that you need to evaluate or go over with this person. There might be a conversation that you end up having with somebody or with a group of people, which I feel like it's like your family or something. Yeah, because you have the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and it says generosity. So once again, there's so much that you have had to offer, but I don't think that you feel that you've been appreciated in your life. And this year, the universe really wants you, is going to help you do the work to face that. Whether you end up reconciling with these people or not, I don't necessarily see reconciliation necessarily, but it's possible. We do have the Five of Cups, which represents ecstasy. So there are those of you who have held on to the past for so long because there are so many good memories, so many things, you know, that you think about when it comes to your family or your ex. Maybe in your current relationship, you and your significant other had better times, and now things have kind of fallen off a little bit. So you're kind of reviewing you need to review the past, not stay there. Don't live there, as I tell you guys. And then we have the Four of Stones, which it represents protection. So I feel like there are those of you, Cancer, where you've just been left out there in the world. There's a lot that's happened to you, but the universe has protected you greatly. Like, it's really, really, really made sure that you came out okay. Doesn't matter what happened to you, how bad it was, how abusive it was, how brutal it was, you came out alive, you came out okay. Yeah, because something happened to you, okay? But I feel like you definitely came out a new person. I feel like there are those of you who've been abused in your life really badly. Really, really badly. In ways that I'm not even going to voice, but Ten of Swords. So yeah, you were, as a soul, you were kind of thrown into this life like with no preparation. Like, you just had to learn. You had to learn very, very young, unfortunately. You had to learn how brutal the world can be, how abusive people can be, unfortunately, because you have like this, again, you have this big heart. Could be that you and your significant other, if you're with somebody right now, they've also been abused pretty badly. That's why you guys kind of come together. And then we have the Archer, which represents Cancer. That's the Chariot here. So look at these canines, these beautiful dogs behind her. These dogs are, they're covering her. They're covering her back. That's your spirit guides. That's your creator. If you believe in God, or if you believe in spirit guides, ancestors, archangels, whoever you worship or whoever you work with, whatever you believe in, like, though, that energy is protecting you, Cancer. Please don't take that for granted. Okay? You're being protected. That's a very beautiful thing. So you have a lot to give the world. You were put down here to share your heart, to share your skill, to share your energy with the world, to heal the world in so many different ways, right? To heal other people. Unfortunately, it's just that the universe kind of placed you maybe in a family situation, or placed you in certain, maybe they didn't place you there. The universe just had to, this is your family, and this is just, you know, what you have to deal with to strengthen you years and years later. And some of you guys could have gotten yourselves into some trouble with some people. You just were surrounded with the wrong people, possibly, and you just completely were abused. Okay, but the universe saved you from yourself and saved you from them, from anybody abusing you. right? Very, very beautiful energy. So let's go ahead and see, Cancer. You've come a long way. I feel like you've come a long way. You've come a long way. There's something brand new for you this year. Something very beautiful for you. So let's go ahead and see. Let's clarify these cards, and then we're going to jump into oracle messages as advice for you. Okay? For Cancer, universe, source, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides. For Cancer. For Cancer. Clarify the horse, universe, source. Clarify the horse for Cancer. Clarify the horse. This Taurus energy. But yeah, this is definitely a year of grounding yourself, taking it easy, taking it slow in your relationships, not trying to rush things. Because once again, I feel like in the past, if you rushed into something, into certain friendships without paying attention to the signs and clues that they were not good people or they weren't good for you, you ended up finding yourself lost and without help. Okay. Yeah, so we have ego. That's the devil. That's Capricorn. So some of you guys definitely have Capricorn in your chart, or you're dealing with the Capricorn, okay? Kind of wearing a mask, putting up this facade, like I was saying, you know. It says a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So once again, like, you need to free yourself, Cancer. You need to free yourself. There could be people who are trying to make you, their ego is being hurt or hit because you're free, and they don't want you to be free. I feel like this is an abusive person, okay? But your soul is free. You want to be free. You want to live your life to the fullest. So if there are relationships that you got yourself into, or where you felt trapped, you never really were trapped. You just didn't know any better, right? Or maybe you're being stubborn and you felt that this was a good friend or, you know, a good situation, okay? You're not trapped. You can be yourself. You don't have to be, like, put this mask on. Be yourself. And if you're afraid that people are going to disown you, or they don't want to be around you because you're really yourself, then they don't need to be around you. You don't need to be in a relationship with them. You don't need to have anything to do with them, okay? Could also be you've been too focused on money, material gain, the clothes that you wear, the car that you drive, right? You're covering up something that's still wounded inside of you, Cancer. Stop doing that if you're still doing it, because your soul is, you know what your gut's telling you, but you may not really want to be listening to it, right? So let's go ahead and clarify the Two of Vessels and see about this relationship, because I feel like there are those of you who might still be entertaining a relationship. It doesn't mean that the relationship is bad, but you still, it could be the other person as well. It could be toxic, but for those of you who may not be dealing with toxic relationships, you're still kind of only in that relationship because you feel like it makes you look good to a certain degree, or you have to uphold a certain way of living in order to be with this person, but that person may not necessarily need you to do that, right? Almost like you're trying to prove something to someone, or you tried to prove something to your family, or prove something to yourself or to the world. You don't need to prove anything, Cancer. Like, just be happy, right? Just be happy. Whether people see you happy or experience you being happy or not. And then we have the Six of Fire. This is the card that fell. This is Leo once again. Very positive energy. It says victory, good news is on the way, public recognition, or reward. So you're putting yourself out there, I feel, Cancer. For those of you who are single, you're definitely putting yourself out there, but again, there's a need to really focus on love in the purest form, okay? Because you can't really love anybody or yourself if you don't really understand what love is, right? Because I feel like there are those of you who've experienced relationships where they gave you a false sense of love, and it was actually just abuse. That's all it was. It wasn't love, it was abuse. So you need to, again, you've been on a long journey, but you're coming to a really, really happy ending to this journey. Okay, you're almost there. You're halfway there. Things are really going to start looking up for you with your friendships, with your family relationships, or with your romantic relationships. Okay, so I feel like, again, there are those of you who are going to get married this year. You're going to move forward in your relationship. You're going to have a child. You're going to buy a house or a condo or whatever, like whatever, right? Whatever that is for you. Let's go ahead and see what the 8 of Wands is talking to you about. Ooh, these cards are really falling. Yeah, so definitely moving forward quickly. You have the Emperor here. This is Aries energy. There's fire again. So again, definitely as you move forward, and there might be a lot of things happening all at once, but there might also be a deity, could be your creator, whoever you believe in, who comes down to you in your dreams or through signs and wonders, who just kind of shows you how to structure your life. Because I feel like there may be those of you who may be just building your life as best you can, but there's no structure really. Like you don't really have that in mind. You're just like, I'm just living my life, and you're trying to stay away from bad things, or you're trying, it's almost like you're all over the place, or you're just charging towards something without understanding, okay, what am I getting myself into? And this is where this person comes in. This can be a father figure. It could be someone at work, so a boss, a counselor. This can be somebody who really knows what they're doing in life, and they never really just run into something. And if they are headed charging towards a goal, they at least understand, okay, this is what I need. These are the list of things that I need to do, right? These are the list of things I need to take into consideration as I move towards this. They kind of have to think on their feet. Okay, this person is well respected, but I also feel like maybe this, you're charging towards this too. You're becoming this person who is well recognized and well off mentally and emotionally. But I also think this has definitely something to do with the father figure. You may have some feelings around that. I don't know what kind of feelings, but there's something in regards to a father figure for some of you. Okay. Just know what you're getting yourself into every single time you're moving towards something. Because once again, Cancer, you could be a hopeless romantic, or your heart is ablaze. You want to share with the world. Okay, but you may have a tendency to rush into things sometimes. Okay, so just be careful with that this year, for sure. So let's go ahead and see what the 9 of Bows is saying for you, Universe, Source, Archangels. This is in regards to this respect card, 9 of Wands. This Leo energy for Cancer. Let's see. Kind of needing to strike up the courage to do something. Strike up the courage to really demand respect, or strike up the courage to really make a statement. I feel like this has something to do with your identity. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, it's too many cards. So many cards. These cards really want to talk to you today, Cancer. It's crazy. I don't think I've seen these cards fall. Choose so many cards all at once for any of the other readings. So there's a lot that the universe has to say to you right now. Okay, so just whether you want to listen to me or listen to any of the cards, like just know, doesn't matter what any person tells you. Just make sure that you're on the right track and protecting yourself, and just do the right thing for yourself. Like just make sure the relationships that you are entering into, make sure that you're analyzing and taking your time with them, because you just want to make sure that you're getting into a good situation. Okay, and then you have the 6 of Pentacles here. So you have 2 6s. So in your past, definitely, well, if this is a past situation, you got into a relationship that really helped you. It was very victorious. It was very, it was the time of your life. It still is. I feel like this person that you've met, if you're still with them, this is definitely a good partner for you. Whether you stick with them for the long term or not, it's going to be a very beautiful time. It's going to be a beautiful time for you with this person. And with the 6 of Earth, or the 6 of Pentacles, it's I feel like, once again, I think you're transforming your mind and your mentality around money and savings in regards to maybe a relationship where you and your partner needed to really understand money and how to be responsible with it. Okay, and also respecting money, respecting the tool of money, right? Understanding money is a tool. It's not something that ruins, or it doesn't run our lives, right? it's a tool, and you have the power to use that tool responsibly, right? This can just be for you as well. You might be getting new career opportunities. Someone may give you some money, a lot, like a huge amount of money for whatever reason. Could be a gift of money, okay? But just definitely balancing things out in your relationships when it comes to money, but also just in relationships in general with that reciprocity, because I see the Six of Earth as reciprocity, balance. There's balance in your relationships this year, okay? And if it's not, that means that you have to do the work to bring balance. So if there are relationships that are not this equal give and take here, this balance when it comes to finances, when it comes to, I don't know, sex, conversations, fairness, it has to be respectful. It has to be respectful. It has to be balanced, okay? And I feel like there are those of you who have dealt with a lot of love situations where it was not respectful, it was not balanced, okay? But I feel like this year the universe is going to push you to actually remember, like, respect yourself, but also respect the other person, because I feel like something may have happened to you in the past, Cancer, where it just was not respectful at all. It was just abusive, okay? So let's go ahead and see what the Ace of Bows is talking about here. The Ace of Bows, or the Ace of Wands here for you, Cancer, for your spiritual journey, your soul's journey in the year 2022. The Ace of Wands for Cancer. Okay. So you have life experience. This is the Tower card. This wanted to poke its head a little bit. This is a good card. This the Tower card coming out for you. Good card to get. The sun is breaking through the clouds there. There's a lot of change. There may have been a lot of bad things that have happened to you, like I was saying earlier, Cancer, but with this Tower card clarifying the Ace of Wands, like, that means that the universe has targeted something in your life to change drastically and suddenly and maybe quickly. And it may feel uncomfortable, but I feel like it's going to be a really good change. This is going to help you really spread your wings. It's going to help you really be yourself. It's going to help you free yourself from this bondage in your mind or even in your heart. When it comes to relationships, feeling like you have to be this person, this false person, this persona, this energy where you show a certain part of yourself, but you never show the other parts because you're afraid of losing that romanticism, that lovey-dovey energy, whether it be with your friends, your family. Yeah, there we go. We got the Chariot showing itself to you again. Disciplining yourself to move forward with passion, but also with awareness, right? Having the will to really love yourself, to really move forward with understanding that you deserve better. Because once again, you have the Five of Swords here, Five of Air. There's a lot of things that's been happening to you. A lot of things. Yeah, it says an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everyone's motives. Like, you need to review everyone's motives here, Cancer. You can't just take people for what they are. You have to analyze why someone is doing something. Even if you've known them for years, analyze. Like, don't just jump to conclusions. Even if they're good people, right? You may jump to the conclusion like, oh, they're doing this because they don't like me or they don't respect me. Sometimes maybe someone is completely different. Then you need to analyze. It could be way less worse than you think it is. Don't just jump to emotional conclusions, Cancer. Okay? Be aware of that, whether it's good or bad. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and pull some oracle messages for you, Cancer, and then we're going to go ahead and close your reading. So one of the oracle messages I'm going to read to you because I don't really use this card deck as often. But the first card deck is just going to be some symbols, and we're going to see what symbol comes out for you and what that means for you on your spiritual journey in the year 2022 for Cancer. For the sign of Cancer, year 2022, for their spiritual messages, their spiritual journey in the year 2022 for the sign of Cancer. For all signs of my beautiful Cancers. Cancer. 2022 spiritual journeys. 2022 spiritual journey for all signs of Cancer. Oop. Those were two. Okay, let me just pull the one from the top. That was a lot. We have the circle. Okay. So I feel that protective energy again. Is that circle. I have a feeling there's something with your family. Something happened with your family. Okay. Something happened with your family. There's a number of things I'm getting here, Cancer. Something happened with your family, but you were protected. Some type of abuse or something. Okay, but others of you, you could have a very loving family who are very protective of you, but you may not feel that that's the case because you, again, your emotions, okay? Others of you, this is just in general where, sorry guys, there is a child outside making a bunch of noise, but in life, you are protected. You have this big happy family in your mind. I feel like you have the ability to create your own family, not so much just with your offspring as children, as your own children, but like with your friends, people that you meet, they become family. But if that's what you're looking for, Cancer, you got to make sure that you are weighing people's motives and intentions, because you're just, you know, not everybody's your friend, but not everybody's your enemy either if you're thinking in that way, right? So let's go ahead and pull a couple more. We're going to pull two more oracle messages and then we'll be done. For the sign of Cancer, for the sign of Cancer, for their spiritual messages in 2022, for their spiritual journey in the year 2022. Okay, so you got 𝑍�🼼. Looks like this. And it says confidence. I am confident in all that I do. Cancer, if you're confident in everything that you do, then that means you're taking off this mask. You're not using this devil energy. You're not allowing fake energy or materialistic mindset to be at the forefront. You will just take the mask off and be yourself. But again, someone took your confidence away a long time ago for some of you, okay? Again, I feel like there are those of you who've been abused really bad. But the universe is there with you. Your creator, your God, whoever, they're there with you, okay? You're a passed on loved one, your ancestors, they're there with you. They've been there with you, okay? And they saw how bad it was for you. But they're pushing you to be bigger than that now, bigger than your circumstances, bigger than your past, bigger than your abusers, right? Some of you guys have trust issues. I also see that as well. You have trust issues, and that's changing this year as well. Okay, so let's see, one more card for Cancer for their 2022 Soul's Journey messages for the sign of Cancer. Oof. Wow. These two wanted to show themselves. So you're getting two. You have analysis. That's interesting. You have analysis. Like I said, analyze, and then you have questioning. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. I'm going to read these really quickly, and then we'll be done. All right, so let's try analysis and see what that says for you, Cancer. All right, 118. Analysis, and it says, the unexplored mind is the most easily conquered. Wow. Honestly review your intentions and motivations. Make sure you are clear about what they are. So, like I was saying, Cancer, when you're moving forward, you need to be clear about where you're going. You need to make sure that what you're getting yourself into is good for you, that it's going to nurture you, that it's going to guide you and improve you, right? Don't indulge in something just for emotion's sake, for the feel good sake. Indulge in what is actually going to grow you for the long term. Okay? Please remember that. And then we're going to read questioning. Let's see. Questioning. Oh, that was literally the card right. Wow, these cards are literally one after the other. That is no coincidence. Questioning, yeah. Questioning and analysis is literally one page. It says the fear of hearing no is the #1 cause of all lost fortunes. Seek answers and don't stop until you are satisfied. If you feel uncomfortable or afraid to ask questions, remember that your comfort zone is not necessarily the right zone regarding this issue. So, Cancer, if there are some issues in relationships in your life, and you've been living your life saying yes and only accepting the word yes, you're passing up some very, very powerful change and transformation and opportunities in your life. And you're living a lie. You may not want to hear no. You may not want to hear you can't have that or you can't do that. Some of you guys, you have very young souls. Your soul is very young. You haven't really reincarnated as much. Okay? And you're like a little, almost like a child in a way, in the most positive way that I can say that, right? And your soul is just like, I want this, I want that, I want to experience this. How come these people are experiencing it but I can't? And you may have really desperately in some way went for those goals, but you weren't really building, you weren't creating like this strong structure for that to last. Okay? And you find yourself in abusive relationships because you don't want to hear the word no. You want something to work out. You may look at everybody else and feel like it's working out for them. I want it to work out for me. You don't know why it's working out for them. You don't know what they've been through. And you don't know something that's working out for them could collapse the next day or the next year. You don't know what a person is going through and how they got to where they got to. Just like nobody is really going to understand that about you unless they got to know you, right? Be careful, Cancer. Please be careful. Think before you do. Heal the abuse. Be bigger than your abusers. Okay? Open yourself to transformation. Okay? Much love and light to all of you, Cancer. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Cancer. Take care.